Next item on the agenda, 19-183, one-to-one initiative update. This is for information.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Katolka, board members, good evening. Featured tonight for our one-to-one professional development update, we have Miss Valerie Nicely and her students at Alleghany High School and Mountain View Elementary School students as well, titled Hillbilly Elegy.
I also heard very positive comments from the elementary teachers having the high school students in the classroom.
Thank you. Board members, any questions? Hearing none, next item on agenda, 19-184, proposed web filtering changes for juniors and seniors. This is an action item.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Katolka, board members, last month, Mr. Ross and I provided information relative to several proposed web filtering changes that we wanted to trial for juniors and seniors at Alleghany High School, and those changes are detailed in your board packet. My memo listed as items A through E. We request the board's authorization this evening to deploy these modifications to a selected test group of 120 students, juniors and seniors at Alleghany High School, students who are enrolled in Mr. Hagee's English classes and Mrs. Johnson's Hopkins English classes, and I would be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Board members, any questions?
It does come with my recommendation.
So there's 120 students, juniors and seniors, in Mr. Hagee and Ms. Hopkins class.
Yes, and this would be an opt-out type scenario.
So the parents are going to have to sign that their student will have access to these
that
websites?
They want their student to opt out.
To opt out only, okay. This is something that the teachers have asked for, right?
This has been a frequent discussion in the technology committee meetings, and this has been an initiative that Mr. Ross asked that we spearhead for Alleghany High School.
Board members, any other questions? This is an action item. There's no other questions. We have a motion to approve the proposed web filtering changes for juniors and seniors.
Make a motion that we approve the proposed web filtering changes.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Branson?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Lane?
Yes.
Mrs. Segner?
Yes.
Mr. Tucker?
Yes.
Mr. Meadows?
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion
Next
is carried.
item on the agenda, 19-185, request for proposals for Chromebook purchase.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Katolka, board members, believe it or not, we are in year 3 of the warranties for our Wave 1 Chromebooks. The original purchase of Chromebooks that was completed in 2016, those warranties will begin to expire in May of this year, and then the bulk of those Chromebooks used by students at Alleghany High School will expire on August 25th. On March 1st, with your permission, we would like to publish an RFP for 793 units so that we can begin collecting proposals from a variety of vendors to replace those Chromebooks beginning July 1. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
What is your projected cost?
I have some general pricing in hand. Now, keeping in mind that our original outlay was right around $309,000 for the number that we specified in the board packet, I'm looking at somewhere anywhere between $330,000 and $333,000 for this outlay, with $130,000 of that being paid for by VPSA funds and then the bulk being paid for by taxpayer funds.
Is there any trade-in value for these old Chromebooks?
Well, there may be, but we would like to keep these devices on the shelf for use with loaners because although the warranties are expiring, many of them are in good shape. If there's a potential in that we could possibly delay the purchase of Chromebooks for the elementary schools by taking advantage of these devices that we have in inventory and just allowing them to expire naturally, and just keep using those at the elementary schools until it's absolutely necessary that we buy again. So we think we can hedge our bets a little bit and maybe kick that expenditure down the road by utilizing current.
So what do you think the total life will be of these Chromebooks now?
The vendor says that the actual lifespan of the Chromebook is 4 years. To replace just the warranty, to add a year's warranty for the existing inventory that we're going to be advertising for RFP, that was $63,000 just for an extra year of warranty, which also lended itself to the decision to go ahead and publish an RFP at this time. In my view, the actual usability of the device is when it's no longer useful for the apps that we have in hand. Secondly, when Google stops providing updates for that specific model Chromebook. So 4 or 5 years.
You said you have some that are still in pretty good shape. What is the percentage that you have that are in pretty good shape that we could potentially use in the elementary schools? Do you have an idea?
I would say a significant portion is in great shape. We've only had 4 instances whereby accidental damage exceeded Division 1, exceeded the 1 accidental damage allowance per year. So, 3 years, 4 instances. So kids have taken pretty good care of them, and the repairs have been good.
When we did the original planning, we tried to take that into account, but it was one of those variables that was hard to say how long will they last and base it on the manufacturer. They were talking 3, 4, maybe 5 years. So we were hoping down the road that we might be able to put those into use, which it looks like it's going to happen.
So the RFP does request that we have some devices that can be sent to us so that members of the committee and instructional staff can review them, especially in terms of durability. And then if all goes according to plan, we'd hope to have a contract ready for your consideration at the March 21st or May 21st school board meeting.
Board members, any other questions?
Is it going to be the May meeting that you're going to come to us?
May meeting, yes, sir.
Any other questions?